Hello everyone, I am Doodlemans86 and today I am going to review the Monsterarts Godzilla 1991 Shinjuku Decisive Battle version. Say that 3 times fast. This version of Godzilla is supposed to be the appearance of him in Shinjuku against Mecha King Ghidorah, which is the reason why this guy was made, because Mecha King Ghidorah was just brought back in the Monsterarts line in a Decisive Battle version form set of his own. And this guy's supposed to accompany him. So this isn't the Hokkaido suit, which is the more popular of the two, but I do like this one, and I'm not gonna lie, I do like it a lot more than the Hokkaido version. It just looks like a natural vanilla looking Godzilla to me. So let's find out if this guy's worth adding to your collection. So first off, let's take a look at this box, and here we have the signature scratch marks, which are so popular with the Monsterarts line boxes. I'm happy to see that here, and we have Godzilla. A nice thick font with blue coloring. It looks very sweet. It's overall a gray box to look like smoke, just like in the final battle. Pretty sweet looking. There's all the sides for you. And then when we spin around to the back, we have our promo pics. And yeah, looks very nice. Pretty cool box. And here we have Yuji Sakai at the bottom. Per usual, I'm going to start with the articulation. So taking a look at Godzilla here, starting at the head, we have a ball joint for the tail, which is pretty sweet. Always love the ball joint tails. And I think the tongue can move. Pretty sure it can go up and down. I think it's on a hinge or possibly a ball joint. I can't really tell though. But yeah, the tongue can move. Here at the neck, we have 3 segments. Here we have the head, which is on a ball joint. This piece in the middle, also on a ball joint. And then we have the base of the neck, which is on a ball joint. He can look pretty far down. And then he can also look really high up, which is really cool. And as you can see, you do have to move the head and pieces in a specific direction underneath each other. That way you don't rub up against the spines and they don't lose paint. So you got to be really careful with that. As you can see with Godzilla, just got to move him real slowly at the head here. Just make sure that the spines don't rub up on each other. But yeah, that's how you do it. And then he looks pretty far to the left and right. That's really cool. So we have the shoulders here on a ball joint. Pretty cool range of motion. The biceps are also on a ball joint, which is always welcomed. I love that piece right there on a ball joint. It just feels so good, you know. The elbow is also on a ball joint, as you can see. Pretty sweet. It's on a double hinge, so Godzilla can close his arms pretty well. The forearm is also on a ball joint, which is really cool as well. And then we get to the wrists, which are on a ball joint. Pretty sweet, really nice, love it. And then we get to the chest piece here, which is on a ball joint. As you can see, he does have a great range of motion. Doesn't look too far to the left or right. Down decent, up pretty nice. And I like that there's space in between the spines here, so you don't have to worry about them clashing up against each other. That's why they're shaped funny. So we get to the hips here on a pretty cool ball joint. I mean, this is just so sweet and smooth. I love it. And we have a thigh swivel, really cool. Just look at that thigh swivel. We get to the knees, which are on a ball joint. The lower leg here, the calves, are on a ball joint. And then we have the ankles on a ball joint. A really nice one at that too. The way it just like snaps in place feels pretty nice. Yeah, very good feet. Very good. That sounds wrong out of context. Very good feet. So we have 23 segments in the tail, which are ball joints. Some move much better than others and basically strike the pose you want. Overall, it's a pretty good tail. I like that it goes to the left and right very easy. It's really sweet. And it can go very high up and stay in that position. So you can recreate famous heisei poses. And he always had his tail up in the air. So I think this is just so cool. And it's just so heisei-esque. I do really like that the tail moves sweet and all. So overall, I do think that he looks very nice. And please keep this articulation for Godzillas. The ball joint in the forearms, in the neck, the really sweet thigh swivels, you know. This is peak Godzilla articulation. Final Wars did it better, of course, but heisei here does have that. So Please, let's just keep this formula for future and upcoming Godzillas. Overall, pretty good articulation. The sculpt and paint is absolutely beautiful. Let's take a look at this bad boy. So, something interesting is that unlike other heisei Godzillas, his face is dry brushed with a lighter gray. I guess it's supposed to like be like the smoke from that final battle. I guess that's the look they were going for, or maybe they just wanted a reason to spike up the price. But yeah, here it is. I guess it looks fine. I was worried it looked too strong on camera, and it still kind of does, but in person it's not super noticeable. So I guess it's okay. I don't know how to feel about it, but it's there. It doesn't bother me, so I guess I could care less if it was there or not. Taking a look at the teeth, though, he has 2 rows of teeth, which is so cool to see in figure form. I don't have many heisei figures, and this guy is a pretty awesome addition to my collection. The fangs are really sweet. Dirty yellow teeth, glossy inner mouth webbing. Looks very cool. I love the red. I just love this angle. It looks so awesome. Then you have his actual teeth, which are orange, and you can see those big black pupils. Very cool. Signature eyebrows, spines, and the ears. Very cool. He has an overall thick and poofy body, very bulky and muscular, so that's really cool. And he has a lot of scars here and scales. I love the arms here. Pretty sweet. And then the actual wrists and hands are really cool. The claws are so sweet. I like how jagged they are, and his fingers look really cool. They're very yellow and dirty. And the overall figure is black, matte, as you can see, except the right side of his hands and feet, which have a glossy black. Like here, the hand is glossy, and so is the feet, more specifically the toes. But then on the other side, it's not glossy, which is weird, because like I would have loved to see this on the other side. I don't know why it's not there, but oh well. We have his thunder thighs and his huge legs and those reminiscent 4-toed digit feet. Really cool. Love the knees, by the way. And then we get to the spines. Really cool. They're very huge and poofy, and they're gray with white tips, and they're dark gray, almost blue in the center. And I love the detail here. I just love it. It looks so much like the suit. It's so sweet. They're also very hard, so there's that. And it's kind of like small, big, and then it stays like that and goes normal. Really cool. And I just love the heisei spines. They look so cool. They're so iconic that you can basically tell that it's heisei. And the tail is not at all like the rest of the body. Very thin and small up to the tip, which looks really cool. Overall, for looks, this guy is really awesome, and I like how realistic and accurate he looks. This guy is online everywhere at eBay, Amazon, Big Bad Toy Store, Hobby Link Japan, usually for a price of about $100. I got him on Amazon for about $100. So overall, not the worst price ever, but I do think it would have been nicer to have him near the price of the GVK Godzilla, you know, $80 at best. That was much better, especially since this guy doesn't come with accessories. But yeah, so he is around 6.3 inches tall, the typical Godzilla size in this lineup. And here is a size comparison with a few other Monsterarts figures. Here I have some heisei opponents he scales pretty well with, pretty size accurate if I do say so myself. A few other Monsterarts figures. And then some Ultraman Figuarts. And then some figures that I think you might have in your collection. So all in all, I have to say this is a fine figure. The sculpt is excellent, the paint is good, and the featured articulation is it's perfect. With each vanilla Godzilla we get in the Heisei era, the price gets higher and higher, with less and less being added. So if that's a price you're willing to pay for Godzilla, it's up to you, you know. If you like this incarnation, definitely worth picking up. If you don't like it as much and you're tired of all the Heiseis we're getting, then you can honestly skip this one, because we did just get the Bio Goji, and I'm pretty sure we're going to get the one from This Is Mecha Godzilla, and we'll probably get the one for This Is Space Godzilla and This Is Destroya, since their upcoming anniversaries are soon and near. So really, if you're waiting for a specific one, you might as well just wait. So again, if you want this guy or not, it's up to you. I only got him because I do need a Heisei in my collection, and this guy is really, really good. Me personally, I want a face of a Godzilla from each era. You know, one from Showa, one from Heisei, one from the Millennium, and I feel like this guy does that pretty well. I've always been a fan of the more bulky Heisei Godzilla, so that's why I didn't really want Biogoji, but I have this guy and I love this figure. It's a great addition to my collection and stands loud and proud for my Heisei phase. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.